Okay, good morning to everyone. Thank you for attending to today's webinar. As you know, we're going to be talking about all the different artificial intelligence and analytics that we have for the banking sector. Let me introduce myself. My name is Alvaro Mocholi. I'm responsible for international sales and also the general manager of Telecom Technologies. And I'm going to be the person that is going to be conducting today's webinar. Just to let you know that today we're going to be recording this webinar so we can share with all the people that subscribe to the webinar but was not available to attend it. Okay, so just to let you know. Okay, the first thing that I would like to do is to do a very brief introduction of our company. Okay, Greca Technologies was founded in 2005. We are a company that is specialized in developing real-time image analytics, and we are very specialized on thermal imaging solutions. That is our biggest area of expertise, although we also have some different solutions for day and night cameras or optical spectrum cameras. Right now, we have over 30 different analytics developed by ourselves, but besides our own solutions, we also market solutions from third-party developers. So today we're going to be talking about a few of them. Okay, we export to 64 countries. Our biggest area of interest or the most consolidated markets for us are the Middle East, North and South America, South Europe, and Asia Pacific is lately becoming one of the key markets for us also. One of the I will say the key advantage that Greca Technologies can offer versus some other companies that are on the market is that we can offer the full chain of value. That is, we have our own R&D department, which is not just responsible for developing our own solutions, but also is responsible for customizing the solutions according to the project requirements. Also, we have an integration department, which is responsible for integrating all our solutions with existing security platforms, VMSs, alarm monitoring centers, access control platforms, digital and input models, new cameras that come up on the market, and so on. Also, something that is, I think, is very interesting is that we offer the setup and the fine-tuning to all our customers. So whenever someone buys a license from us, the price includes the setup and fine-tuning. We do it remotely, but I mean, for the system integrator, that has not to worry about training or learning about the solution because we're going to do everything for them. And also we have our pre-sales and after-sales department or our technical department, which is responsible for setting up and also for solving any potential problems that might come up or might show up with the analytics. Now I would like to do a resume of all the different solutions that we can offer. This is our portfolio of analytics. Okay, so just for you to get a scope of what we can offer. So we have 8 lines of analytics. So we have perimeter surveillance. Here we have solutions for thermal imaging cameras and also for day and night cameras. Later on, I will explain you these solutions. So I will wait for later on. For the marine surveillance, we also have solutions for fixed or PTC cameras. This is basically, these solutions are to monitor like small boats, large boats, or floating objects, or people swimming on restricted water areas or near the port or on rivers, on lakes, dams, and so on. Then we have a VMS, which we'll be talking later on. We have 2 VMSs. We have a traditional VMS, and then also we have a VMS with artificial intelligence. So later on, we will explain you about it. And then also we have the cybersecurity or data loss prevention solution, which we will also be talking later on. And then on the access control, we have the face recognition. So here we have solutions for access control, demographic analysis, loyalty programs, and so on. On the automation and safety, today we are not going to be talking about very much about it, but also we have plenty of solutions. We are very specialized on the oil and gas industry, but this is maybe the area where more solutions we have developed. Also, we have solutions for fire prevention and detection. So we have a solution for industrial scenarios, and then also a solution for wild forest. And then we have retail analytics, which we'll be talking also today about it. This is called OnTrace, and this is a solution just to monitor all the activity that is inside the offices or inside the shop or so on. Okay, so today we're going to be starting, we're going to divide the presentation or the webinar in two main areas. One of them is going to be the security, another one is going to be more into the analytics solution. Okay, so well, let's start with the security. The first solution that we would like to introduce you is the face recognition. Okay, here what we can do is we can offer a solution that can guarantee a 99.87% of accuracy without face mask and 98.6% of accuracy with face mask. We have our own API, and also we have the SDK. So in case that we need to integrate this face recognition or access control solution with an existing VMS or an existing platform. Follows all the privacy regulations, such as IS 256 in REST, HTTPS. Okay, it is compatible with all the operating systems on the market: Windows, Mac OS, Linux, Android, or iOS. And then has been certified by the NIST, which is the National Institute of Standards and Technology. This is an institute in the US which certifies, in this case, all the algorithms for the face recognition. Okay, here I'm going to show you the results. So as you can see on the upper right corner, we have the GRECOM, okay? And as you can see, is the solution that less processing requirements needs. And then also it is one of the fastest solutions on detecting, okay? And then in order to pass the NIST test, that you need to have a margin of error of 0.0285. Okay, in our case, we achieved 0.00227, so we exceeded the test. So what can we offer for the banking sector? Okay, this is the scan device. This is kind of like an access control device, which is all bundled in a device, in a hardware. So here what you do is you have a 3D camera, you have an infrared lighting, you have a speaker, and then you have a microphone, okay? So this device can support a database of 20,000 people per each one of these devices, okay? Can be used indoors or outdoors. It is compatible with all the main platforms, access control platforms, so we can integrate it with all the existing access control platforms. Basically, this solution, what it does is just passing by the camera, the system is going to recognize if you are authorized to come in or not. Also includes the digital input and output model inside, so can activate or can open doors, can open barriers, and so on. And then also, since the camera is a 3D, can detect what we call it the anti-spoofing. So the camera is able to distinguish between a real and an unreal face. So in case that someone is trying to supplant the identity of one person with a picture or with a video, the system is going to be able to distinguish, okay? Also can detect tailgating. So in case that someone is right behind an authorized person, but the person behind is not authorized, the system is going to recognize if the person is not authorized and automatically is going to report it to the control center. So the control center can react or can interact with that situation. Okay. Also, you have like the double identification solution. So, for instance, imagine that in some cases you don't want to use the face, but you want to use a QR code. Also, the system can read a QR code. Or in case that you need to have a double authentication, that means the face recognition has to match also with the QR code. You can also do it. Okay, so this is a solution that is a plug and play. It's very simple. I mean, it's very simple to install it, and I think it's one of the most competitive solutions that we have on the market right now. So definitely is a must. What can we offer with the face recognition? From the monitoring point of view, we can do mass detection, social distances, audience management, so we can do people counting inside the office. So in case that there is too many people out inside the office and you're not, you don't want to increase the crowd, so you can limit the access. So you can do congestion prediction, suspect detection. So in case that there is a customer that is a troublemaker, and then you don't want it to. It's not allowed to come into a specific store or something like that. So you can identify people counting, activity monitoring. So it's kind of like a heat map. So you can see how the people are moving inside the office. Okay, direction analysis. So that means with people coming in and out. Okay, this is a contactless solution and a multi-factor. From the facial recognition, you can do access control, VIP recognition. Okay, in case for visits, and you can do subscription and activation on new customers, and then recognition of suspects and what we explained earlier on, which was the liveness and anti-spoofing notification. And then from the analytics point of view, we can do demographic analysis, so we can classify all the people that come into the offices by gender, age, and then also the level of satisfaction. We can do heat maps, we can do queue management, we can figure out the average queue time, the dwell time, what is the average time that each one of the customers spends inside the office. And then also you can have occupational panels, so you can, in real time, you can see how many people is inside the office, and then you can manage the crowd. So here I'm gonna put you a video. Okay, this is the scan device. Okay, let me just hold on. Let me just explain you this. As you can see, here is the 3D camera, the infrared lighting, and then you have a microphone and the speaker. Okay, so the solution, whenever the person is authorized, you will see this green light box, and then when the person is not authorized, this green will turn into red. Okay. So you can see you don't even need to stop by the device.
The first full-featured intelligent biometric access control edge solution priced for broad-based applications. SaferScan is fast and touchless to expedite safe pedestrian traffic. And SaferScan works as well in outdoor locations as it does inside, even in challenging lighting conditions. SaferScan's advanced algorithms and 3D liveness ensure accurate identification and authorized access, while unknown individuals will be rejected, and real-time alerts are automatically issued if tailgating is detected. Management reports capture every entry for audit and compliance reviews.
You can enter
a self-contained PoE solution. SaferScan is also fast and easy to install. Plus, SaferScan works with leading access control platforms. High-performance biometric access control made affordable.
Okay.
Only with SaferScan.
Now we're going to move to the VMS. Okay, the VMS is one of the solutions that I think is more interesting for the banking sector. Okay, this is a solution that has been certified by the ISO 27001 and also was the Red Dot winner in 2021 as the smartest solution. Okay, so this VMS has artificial intelligence, and let me explain you what is the difference between a VMS with artificial intelligence and a VMS without artificial intelligence. A VMS without artificial intelligence, basically what it does, it records 24 hours, 7 days a week. And then also what it does, it manages all the different analytics that are connected to the VMS. That means all the events or all the alarms that those analytics are generating are being forwarded to the VMS, and the VMS kind of like creates a database where the operator can manage each one of those events. Okay. The VMS with artificial intelligence, besides doing what the traditional VMS can do, also what it does is, as you are recording, the VMS is auto-classifying the objects. For example, whenever this is a human, classifies as a human, takes a picture of the face and records that face, then also identifies the type of clothing that that person is wearing. So if he's wearing jeans, skirt, shorts, long sleeve shirt, jacket, and so on. And then also the color of the clothing and the gender. So all that information, it is being tagged or is being classified in each one of the image. Okay, and also it's being done with the vehicles. With the vehicles, you recognize the license plate number, the type of vehicle, the model of vehicle, and the color of the vehicle. So all this classification is being done automatically. And the good thing about it is that whenever you want to do some forensic search or whenever you want to search for a specific image, the only thing that you need to do is to enter what you're looking for, and then automatically the VMS is going to download or is going to give you all the images that match your search criteria. Also, the good thing about this VMS is that besides having the interface to manage a video, you also include 4 different analytics into the price of the license. So you will have like a perimeter surveillance, you have face recognition, license plate number, and then sound analytics. Okay, so all that is bundled in the same price. So this is kind of like a complete package. On traditional VMS, you buy on one side, you buy the VMS interface, on the other one, you buy the analytics. Here, you buy everything. You have the VMS and the analytics included on the same price. Okay. Besides the analytics, you can do also people counting. You can do heat maps. You can do people tracking. So always, as long as the person that you are interested in is on the field of view of the cameras, you will be able to see how that person has moved inside the premise. So you can see the activity. Okay. So that is also one of the key advantages. And then also with the people counting or with the heat maps, so you can see exactly in what areas people are concentrating. So for instance, in case that you want to do asset management, meaning that you want to optimize the electricity consumption or the cleaning crew. So whenever you see that there is a specific area where there is no people, what you can do is you can shut down the lights, or you can shut down the air conditioning or the heating and so on. Okay. How this solution works, this is the architecture. So here, this functions. Okay, hold on. We have here a chat. Let me open up. It's Mohammed. Okay, these functions on face recognition, queue monitoring are included in the VMS license for all the cameras. Yes, I mean, you can do all these functions. Okay, the face recognition is integrated with Milestone, Genetec, Digifort, Goetebrook, and then there is a couple more VMSs that is also integrated with. But I mean, the main VMSs we are integrated with. Okay. Now, going back to the architecture of our VMS, we have 2 options. We can work with our own our own cameras. The key benefit of our own cameras is that the analytics are embedded into the cameras, and also the recording is embedded into the cameras. So in this case, the cameras can directly be connected to the cloud, so you will not need any server. And then you can access to the recording or to the images on real time or to the cameras on real time through any device that is connected to the network. Now, for instance, imagine that you have already the cameras deployed, or you want to use your own cameras. Okay, we can also work it out. In this case, we will need what we call it the cloud connector. This is a server where all the analytics and the recording is being installed. And then what you can do is you can access to the cameras or to the recordings always as long as you are on the same network or through the cloud. Okay. So we have our own API. So in case that you want to manage, okay, or in case that you need to have like you want to integrate it with another existing platform, we can also integrate it. Okay. So this is I'm going to show you a video how the search tool works.
Welcome to AvaWare. Today we're going to cover search. Search is a tool that allows us to search for specific events that may have occurred across one or multiple cameras. This allows us to search for things like the appearance of a person or a vehicle, a line cross event where a vehicle or person has crossed a specific virtual line that we've drawn, loitering events where a person or a vehicle may have been stationary for too long in one place, indicating something like an idling vehicle that may be outside of a loading dock or outside of an airport, or a person that may just be acting suspiciously in an area that they should not be. We can also alert on sound detection, and this leverages the onboard sound detection in our AvaWare cameras that can detect things like glass breaks, loud noises, smoke alarms, and many more audio models that are being added with each release. So, for example, if we were to create a line cross search, what we can do is we can choose what kind of objects we want to search for. We can stick with any or go down to a specific person. This person can be specified based on gender or based on the attire that they're wearing in the top or the lower quadrant of their body, and you can combine both colors as well, looking for people in uniforms or based on a description that was given by a third party. We can also leverage an image. If someone has captured a cell phone image of this person or vehicle, we can upload that in order to do a search based on these detections. Then we can choose where we want to do this detection. So this detection can take place, for example, on a camera in a parking lot. It could also happen inside of a building. So if we were looking for people that may have been in front of a register, we can choose one or multiple cameras and then choose the line that we want these objects to be crossing in order to qualify for the detection. We can choose the direction of travel of this object. And in the case of something like a convenience store, if we're just looking for anyone that is walking out, as this person just did in this example, we can unclick the entering direction so that we're only looking for the direction of travel out the door. And then we can choose the time period that we're searching for. This can be anywhere from specific minutes down to a block of time that may be days or hours. And in our case, when we're just looking for the last 30 minutes worth of search, we're presented with all of the events that correspond to our search criteria. So in our case, we're looking for people that are exiting. And if I highlight over that video, we're going to see the people that are exiting. I can click into this video to see it in greater detail. This will allow me to see not only the event that occurred, but the object within our floor plan as that user exits this building. I can then click to act on that activity. But we can also see in our parking lot as a person was crossing that virtual line that we created. So this allows us to very quickly get to the events that matter to us and then act on them. These different video clips that we have captured here can then be exported. So we can take the relevant information by clicking the plus, and we can choose to share or save. So we can export this as an MP4. We can share this as a publicly accessible link. We can bookmark it so that these video clips do not get deleted by typical retention. And of course, we can also do similarity searches if we want to look for people that are similar to the objects that have been detected in these environments. Now, you're also presented with the ability to create a rule. We have a whole nother section dedicated to creating rules based off of searches as well as other parameters. I implore you to check that out.
Okay, now we're going to move to the next solution, which is the perimeter lookout with artificial intelligence. This is a perimeter surveillance solution that can be used to protect all critical infrastructures from the banking sector, such as the data centers or like headquarters or main offices and so on. So basically, this solution, what it does is you have multiple detection rules. You can have intrusion, line crossing, prowling, and abandoned object. can work with either thermal or day and night cameras, can run on-premise or can run embedded, depending on the camera model. In this case, for example, with Axis can run embedded, with Hanwha can run embedded. And then these are the two main camera manufacturers that we can run embedded the solution. Okay, auto classifies the objects. So what it does basically detects vehicles and humans, and then the rest of the solutions discriminates them. That means detects them, but doesn't trigger the alarm. So it discriminates animals, vegetation, light changes, shadows, raindrops. Okay. It can work with any IP camera, always as long as you have a high resolution or high HD camera. Okay, it is integrated with Milestone, Genetec, also Goitebrook, Capelco, Agrigilon, Digiford, Axis cameras station. It is Cafe 6 and Hitachi HVS. Okay, so we pretty much are integrated with all the main VMSs in the market. The good thing about it is this solution, I mean, always as long as the object is at the right distance, I mean, we can guarantee a very high rate of accuracy, so barely no false alarms. We have another solution for very large perimeters, which is called the Sentinel. Does not have artificial intelligence, so that is the reason why we can reach so far away. The key advantage is the long-range detection, so you can reduce the number of cameras, civil works, and also the computing infrastructure. But the disadvantage is that it will not be as accuracy as the perimeter lookout. Okay, because whenever you go such a long distance, the object is so small that means sometimes it's difficult to be able to auto-classify or to identify the object. So if the area that you want to cover is critical and you don't want to have any false alarms, we will go with the perimeter lookout. If you want to cover a very large perimeter and you want to detect pretty much everything that crosses the fence, I would recommend you to go with the Sentinel. Okay. Here, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna show you a video of how this solution works. So as you can see here, it's detecting the human, but the dog is not being detected. Okay, now we're going to move to the next solution, which is the data loss prevention. This is something that I think is very interesting for the banking sector, especially the banking sector. As you know, you have a lot of critical or personal data information that sometimes is very sensitive. So this is a solution to monitor all the activity on all the workstations that are on the company, and just to guarantee that all the employees are following the IT policy and they don't put in jeopardy the data from the company. Okay, this is a solution that was the US Cyber Command winner. Okay, so out of the 10 categories, we were winners of 7 of them. So including the best overall performance solution, has been certified by the JITC, okay, and also is compliant with the NITF, okay, and also was the Cybersecurity Awards winner on 2022, okay. So how this solution works? So basically what we do with this solution is we download a software or the solution in each one of the workstations that we want to monitor. And this software, what it's going to do is going to be monitoring the activity of that workstation. That is the keyboard where the employee is accessing, if the employee is doing a screenshot, if he's printing material that is not authorized to, if he's entering a pen drive, so in saving data that is not authorized to, if he's accessing to an unsafe Wi-Fi connection, I mean, basically, there is a basic package that comes with the software, but what we do is usually what we do is we download a few of the license. We do an audit on what is the activity on with those workstations. We come out with a proposal, and then what we do is we develop the IT policy together with the company. So we tell the company the basic solutions that we can monitor, and then the company give us some specific solutions that they want to monitor. But besides detecting, also what we do is we interact. So whenever we see that one of the employees is breaching any of the IT policies, automatically what we can do is we can block the activity, we can isolate the computer, we can send an alarm, or we can do a screenshot, and then we can reboot. So whatever the company would like us to do, we can do it. And also you have like a real-time interface where you can see in real time all the activity, or besides seeing all the activity, you can see which one of your employees is not following the IT policy. So you can know in real time what is going on. And then what you can do is you can interact with that employee and try to correct the malicious behavior or when he's not following the IT policy. Okay. This works as a subscription model. So basically what you do is you buy the license, we download it into the workstation, you pay a monthly fee. And then the good thing about it is that it's constantly being updated. And then also you can customize according to the company requirements or to the company needs. Okay. Then another solution that has been quite demanded for us is the substation monitoring, especially on critical infrastructures on the banking sector. So here what we do is most of the critical infrastructures, what they do, especially on data centers, they have their own power supply substation. So here what we're doing is we are monitoring all the key components of that substation. Also on the data centers, we can monitor, for example, the plugs or the server racks and so on. So what we can do is we can identify which one of those servers or which one of those key components is overheating versus the other one. Okay, but the good thing about this solution is that what we do is we compare similar components with each other and under the same performance circumstances. So for example, imagine that we are in a data center and then we are monitoring all these servers. So what we do is we are monitoring all those servers under the same performance conditions and under the same atmospheric conditions. So what we can do is we can have an average temperature of all the servers. And then whenever we detect that any of those servers overheats versus another one, that means that on the short term or on the short term, this server is going to have a problem. So instead of waiting for the server to break down or to fail, what we do is we can anticipate the problem, repair whatever it needs to be repaired, and then prevent from a major failure. Another one of the solutions that is highly demanded recently, it is the let's call it the people tracking and statistics. Okay, so here this is the solution. So what we can do is we can monitor the people that come into our office. So there is like, for example, in this case, it's 1,371 people came into these 4 offices. Okay, 1,100 were adults and 180 were child. Okay, in this case, this is purchased units. In this case, I mean, for the banking sector, we will not use it, but also what we can do is we can customize it in a way that how many of them were to the window, how many of them went to the banking account manager. So what we can do is we can customize the solution according to the customer needs. Okay, so here what we can do is we can track down the visits, and then what we can do is we can do also a comparison between different offices. Okay. Also, what we can do is we can do queue management. Okay. So Mohammed, I have a question here. For the stadium project, can we count how many persons enter into the facility from the gate in outdoor areas and how many left? Yes, definitely. I mean, here what you can do is you can do people counting. So what you can do is you can figure out how many people come in, how many people come out, how many of that people pass by the entrance, and how many came in. Okay. Even if you have multiple gates, yes, because in each one of the gates you have one of these devices which is controlling is doing the people counting. Okay, so on each one of the gates you will be counting the people coming in and out. So, and then all those different devices will be reporting to a control center. So what you can do is you can have the total number of visits and so on. Also, what you can do is you can do queue management. Okay, so you can, for example, in this case, there were 146 people on the queue. The average people on the queue is 1. Okay. Yes, you can do summation on the dashboard. I'm gonna show you here. For example, this is the people tracking. So here, what you can do is you can have the overall statistics of each one. In this case, you can put gates. Okay, you can put offices. You can put stores, you can put whatever. And then what you can do is you can compare, for example, imagine that you are in an event, or you can compare 2 events, so you can know exactly what are the differences. Okay, so so here going back to the queues, so you can figure out what is the average time that each one of the employees spends on the queue, okay, and how many people abandon the queue. And then also what you can do is you can also track how many people go on the street in front of the door of the office, or in front of the stadium, or in front of the shop. So for example, here there is 30,000 people that pass by the gates of these 4 shops. 4.4% of the people entered into the shop. Okay, and then 11% of those people repeated into the shop, and 2.5% went to different shops of the same chain. So for instance, imagine that you have multiple offices in one city. This means that people went to different offices in the same city. Okay. Here, Mohammed, I have another question. Here I have a project that require queue monitoring for a train station. Yeah, we can perfectly do that. I mean, with this system, basically what you can do is you can do queue management. Okay, that means that you can count how many people are on the queue, what is the average time that each person spends on the queue, and how many people abandon the queue. Okay. No, this license includes all these 4 different. So you can do visits, statistics, queue management, and then it's 3 statistics, and then you can also have the efficiency. So this is kind of like a bundle. Okay, so you can have all these different solutions. Okay. How is this architecture works? These are the cameras, okay, that you deployed inside the office or inside the shop. So you usually deploy depending on the area that you want to manage. If you want to manage queue, you need to put one of these cameras on top of the queue management. In case that you want to just monitor how many people come in, you need to put it on the entrances. Okay, the solution can work on the cloud or can work on premise. Okay, so depends on how you would like to use. We can use it. Okay, here what I would like to do is to share with you some case studies or success cases. So on the law and defense enforcement, we have deployed solutions with the FBI. In this case, we deployed the VMS with artificial intelligence, and also the data loss prevention solution. On the NATO headquarters in Brussels, we have the access control solution. Also, we have been awarded as the solution for the perimeter surveillance for the Royal Air Force of Saudi Arabia. So we do all the perimeter surveillance on the air base bases. This is a ROTA. This is a US and a Spanish military base in south of Spain. So we also do all the marine surveillance and the perimeter surveillance of all the facilities. And also we do all the facilities for the Spanish Air Force and also for the Spanish Navy. On the oil and gas, we are the preferred solution on Saudi Aramco. For the perimeter surveillance, we do whenever the solution go with axis cameras and requires to go embedded. This is the solution that goes that we have been awarded, and also with CEPSA, which is the largest oil company here in Spain. We do all the perimeter surveillance of all their facilities. With Repsol, we do some automation and safety. With Basra, which is in Iraq, we do flame monitoring. Critical infrastructures, we do Madrid International Airport. This is a nuclear plant, Trillo. Al Waqba Palace, which is the palace of the Emir of Qatar, we do the perimeter surveillance. Also, Porto Lesoes, which is the port of Porto, we also do the marine surveillance. Telecommunications, we work with companies such as AT&T in the US, Etisalat on the Emirates, Telefonica in Spain and South America, Facebook in the US, Hitachi in the US. On the banking sector, we work with companies, with banks such as Santander, which is the fourth largest bank in the world, CaixaBank, which will be on the top 10 also, Samba, which is in Saudi Arabia. We also we have done projects for them. Okay. Okay, and then okay, so this will be sorry, I forgot. As for distributors, we work with Enixter ADI, Elco, Ingram Micro, ScanSource, Tech Data, Incomex. Okay, and with the system integrators, we work with all the main brands, okay, such as G4S, Securitas, Prosegur, Thales, Stanley, AT&T, or Telefonica Ts, and so on. Okay, so this will be pretty much all the different solutions that we can offer. Here you have my contact details. You have my email address, and then also you have my telephone number. In case that you want to request a demo, you can either write to me or you can do it through the website. Also, in case that you want to become a partner, there is become a partner section on the website that also, I mean, here what you can do is you can register your projects. Also, what you can do is you will receive your invoices, or you can also issue your purchase orders through the website and so on. So in case that you guys have any questions, you can activate your chat or you can activate your microphone. Okay, so I will be really happy to respond to any questions that you might have. For the licenses, we can have the subscription model or we can have the perpetual license. Okay, so depending on the solution, you can choose. Okay. No one has any questions? Mohammed, any more questions?
Thank you. Thanks a lot. I will schedule a meeting with you to discuss some projects because I have some relevant solutions requirement. Okay. So maybe we can discuss it later. Like we will schedule a meeting. I will request by mail to have these meetings.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. You have my contact details here, so you can contact me directly. Anyway, on the following days, we will be sending a copy of the presentation, and then also we will be sending a link to the video. Okay, so in case that you want to share with anyone on your company that that might be interested on checking out the information, so you can have it. Okay, thank you. Okay, well, if there is no more questions, first of all, I would like to thank you once again for attending to today's webinar. I hope all the information that I share with you guys was interesting for you. And then well, let's keep in touch. And then in case that you need anything, please feel free to get in touch with me directly, okay? Well, thank you very much, and I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.